Hey, it's Joe Barnes from the Screw the System channel, and today is my birthday. It is the 19th of March 2020. I've turned 40 years old, and I wanted to make this video because I want to share with you 3 harsh life lessons that I've learned from 40 years on this planet. Now, it's my birthday, so it should potentially be a day of celebration. However, there are two things happening right now which are making me less in a celebratory mood and more in a sort of reflective and somber mood. One is this coronavirus pandemic, and the UK where I live, we're in the first stages of what I think will inevitably be a lockdown. The second is that despite it being my birthday, I'm not particularly happy. I have to be honest with you guys. I try to make videos which are uplifting and inspiring and help you go for what you want to go for in life, to break free from the system and pursue the life you want. But today I've got to be honest and I've got to be reflective and be truthful with you guys that at reaching 40 years of age, I am slightly disappointed. I'm not in the position I imagined myself to be in. It's not all bad news. I'm very proud of a lot of what I've achieved in these 40 years and recognize that I've overcome a lot and there have been struggles which I've been successful with. So I'm proud of that. I'm especially proud of the fact that I've had the courage to pursue a life which I believe in. I've had the courage to follow my heart and stay true to that guiding principle. So today, as I said, is a slightly somber video, but I'm hoping that the seriousness of it will somehow strike a chord with you, especially if you're younger than me and you're watching this and you've got your whole life ahead of you. You do not want to repeat the same 3 mistakes I'm about to reveal to you. Yes, these mistakes are specific to me, but you may find that there are certain things in them that strike a chord with you as well, that you can learn from. And of course, if you're older than me, that doesn't rule you out of the game. You can still change as long as as long as you're breathing, as there's life left in you. You can still change. You can still reach for higher heights. So I'm hoping that these 3 lessons will apply to you as well. So without further ado, let's get started with them. And remember, try and learn from them and don't repeat my mistakes. Harsh life lesson number 1: nobody is going to do it for you. Can you believe, as a teenager in my late teenage years, that I would walk around my village, which was called South Nutfield, was where I lived and grew up. I would walk around the lanes there feeling disillusioned and lost with my life, thinking that I might somehow meet some wise old man sitting on a bench who was somehow going to steer me straight and end all the confusion that was in my mind. Now, can you believe that as a lonely young man in his 20s, imagined that the girl of my dreams was somehow going to come into my life without me actually doing anything? I was living a very solitary life at the time, on my own, doing my own thing, not really seeing many people, and I was living under the delusion that somehow this woman would magically find me, or we'd have some kind of chance encounter that would bring us together. And then, even in my 30s, can you believe that I would publish my first book online on Amazon at the age of 31, and think that somehow, without having any kind of audience, without having built up an audience, without having told other people that this book even exists, that this book, just off the merit of how good I thought it was going to go on to sell millions of copies, make me a bestseller, and that I could somehow retire off the royalties. Every single time in my life, I've always looked and thought that something or someone is going to come in and save me. And it's never happened, not once. I slowly and over the years had to accept this harsh reality that I would have to be the one who would do everything. It was all on me. Nobody was going to do it for me. I had to promote my book. I had to go out and meet people. I had to sort my shit out and find out what was going wrong and find a path that I could follow that was going to make me happy. It all came down to me. Now, I've definitely had a lot of help along the way, and I don't want to give the impression that I've done it all by myself, because I haven't. There has been help, but I don't think you should have a sort of a default setting of thinking that people are going to necessarily help you or that somebody's going to come and save you. Have the attitude that you have to do it all yourself, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised when people do come in and help you with whatever you're doing. But don't make the mistake of like what I did. I think what it was is I preferred the fantasy of that somebody would somehow come and help me rather than the harsh reality that I needed to do it myself. I didn't want to accept that harsh reality. I wanted to keep living in this fantasy land. And I'm warning you guys watching this video, don't make that mistake. Understand that you are going to have to be the driver in your life. You know, make those phone calls about the jobs you want to get, or follow people up about certain things. Chase them, push them. Every single day, promote yourself. If you've got a product you're selling, the onus is on you to go out and promote it, to go out and make people want to buy it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Harsh lesson number 2, don't doubt yourself. I used to have doubts about almost every aspect in my life. I doubt that I could have a girlfriend. I'd even doubt that I'd be able to have sex. I doubt that I could sleep properly. I doubt that a shoulder injury I got when I was about 20 was ever going to heal. I used to have doubts about being too young to ever help hypnotherapy clients. You name it, I had a doubt about myself. And something I've discovered now, all these years later, is that none of them were true. None, not one of them at all. Out of the hundreds of probably doubts, I've only listed about 7 or 8. I maybe had 100 doubts about myself. Not one of them was ever true. Do not doubt yourself. Believe in yourself in every single occasion. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to succeed every single time. This isn't a recipe for never failing. But what it means is you're not going to waste years of your life, literally years of your life, through procrastinating because you're doubting yourself. You're worried that you're not going to be able to do something, or that it's not going to go as you planned. Never doubt yourself. Always believe in yourself. That stops all of this time wasting that happens when we doubt ourselves. It stops you spending an eternity in your head arguing things through, saying, can I do it? Or maybe I can. Or no, for these reasons I'm never going to be able to do that. You get out of your head and into the world. The worst thing you can do is live in your mind, especially this prison that you can build yourself full of lies and self-doubt. All of your doubts are lies, and I want you to see them as such from now on. Every single doubt you have about yourself is a lie. It's not true. You can prove to yourself that you can do whatever it is you want to do. There is nothing holding you back, and that's one of the most important lessons I've learned throughout my entire life. Harsh life lesson number 3. Don't make any assumptions about your success. Can you believe when I was 26 years old, I remember being out on a date with a girl and telling her that by the age of 30, I was going to be a millionaire. I also remember when I was 29, moving into the very first property I owned, thinking that in 5 years' time, I wasn't even going to have to worry about the mortgage when it came to being time to renew. Everything was going to be taken care of. And finally, in my early 30s, I remember thinking by the age of 40, I'd be living the life of my dreams. I'd be living this incredible, amazing life. Well, none of that ever happened. Okay, I do have a good life now, but I'm not living the life of my dreams as I imagined I would be. So I think it's really dangerous to make assumptions about how successful you're going to be. To just think that somehow in the future it's all going to come together and everything will turn out as you originally planned. That assumption actually stops you working hard every single day. It removes this sense of urgency, which I think is so vital to being successful. Every single day you've got to live as if your life is on the line, as if the whole success of your project or whatever you're working towards is on the line. If you assume that somehow you're just going to be successful and it's all going to fall into place for you, I think that's a really big mistake. I know that I've lost years of my life making these stupid assumptions that somehow success is going to happen. I think it's much better to have an approach that nothing is guaranteed. Sure, you want to see yourself being successful, you want to believe that it's going to work out, but don't think that it's just going to happen. nothing, absolutely nothing is guaranteed. And if you can realize that and then work with this sense of urgency, like every single minute, every single hour of your day counts, then I think you'll be far more productive and be likely to become the success that you imagine and perhaps know that you can be. So bear that in mind. Don't make this assumption that you're going to be successful, because you really haven't got 5 minutes to waste on Instagram, scrolling through, looking at pictures. You haven't got half an hour to waste on YouTube, watching sports clips or watching a makeup channel, whatever it might be, something which isn't actually benefiting your life. You just do not have that time to waste. So that's my final lesson for you guys for today. Thanks for watching this video. Here's a quick recap on the 3 life lessons. Number 1, don't think that anybody is going to do it for you. Number 2, never doubt yourself. And number 3, don't make assumptions about your success. Apply those 3 things to your life and you'll avoid making the same mistakes that I have. Now, I also want to give a message to anybody who watches this channel. If you do watch it regularly but haven't subscribed, I'm asking you, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm 200, a little over 200 off, and it'd be really great to hit that milestone. So if you are a regular viewer of this channel, you've seen 1 or 2 videos, or this is the first time you're here and you like this video, then please do subscribe. I don't often ask because I think it's pretty pointless. If people like it, they're going to subscribe. If they don't, they're not. But I do want to reach 1,000. So if you happen to be somebody who watches but hasn't subscribed yet, then please do. More videos are on the way. As I mentioned at the start of this particular video, we're in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. So I've got more time to make these videos, more will be coming. So do stay tuned. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.